everybody. It is January 1st of the year 2024. My name is Tolanor, and I am an Overlord. And we are ready to rock our way into the new year with our morning show. Let's do it. Sunrise today will be at 7:57 in Asheville. Sunset at 4:34. We are looking at 8 hours and 37 minutes of daylight today. Today we're working at 8 a.m., so we're going to have to hurry up and get out of here. Then we will be back later on. It is 40 degrees and foggy in Asheville. Hey, Zero, good to see you. I knew you wouldn't miss the first stream of the year. All right. Nice to know that I'm not alone in this group. Let's see, what should we do today? Okay. The first thing we should talk about, I suppose, is we want to do a little something special every day. We'll start with the first idea. The first great idea is the concept that there can be great ideas. That ideas can be passed from individual to individual, family to family, generation to generation, and move downwards. And these ideas can improve civilization as they stay with it. This is a concept called philosophy. Philosophy is the first of 1,001 great ideas. Now, as to which ideas are great, there will always be some argument. People will always say, oh, this idea is more important than that idea. Oh, I care about this, but not that. But the fact is, the retention of information, beyond just hunting with a spear and attacking the first thing you see and eating its meat and continuing on through life, the fact that ideas can exist are fundamental to human society. That's how basic this is. But if you ignore basic things, you cannot build upon them. You must start with a solid foundation. So the first great idea is that there can be great ideas. That's the foundation of philosophy. And the first great brick in the school of wisdom. And now we've put it down, so let's get back on the thing. Gaming news. The sales are still on for the new year. Lots of good deals to have out there. I picked up a couple fun new games. We'll see what we get. I've got the same old consoles that I had last year. I'm a poor boy. That's how it is. I need to get a new computer, so I'm trying to save up. I'm sitting at about 1,500 points right now, but most of that's going to go away. So we'll have to do what we do. Our objective in the long run is to reach a new farm. That's not going to be easy. It needs a lot of money for a down payment. But I can't stay here forever. This is probably going to be my last year at the family farm. I've got to find my own place. So, we're going on a collective mission to do amazing things and not spend money. Which is a pretty lofty ambition for most people. So, our goals for the day. First off, start streaming. Check. We've done it. We're here. We're on the air. That's amazing. I see you, Zero. Somebody else is in the audience. Well, that's only a little creepy. We're fine. We're getting organized. We've got a plan, kind of. I need to make a streaming schedule. I need to make some background music. This one's okay. I like this background music, but I need intro and outro music. I need a theme song. This is my morning song. And speaking of morning, I think it's time we do the third thing on our list, which is to just do it. Let's have a great morning. I think we're getting a little bit of reverb in the sound system. Not exactly sure why that is. A real pretty little song. Oh no, this is from Katawa Shoujo. We can't play this. Someone will object. Move it along. We now present Kentaro Sato and the Budapest Symphony Orchestra performing the soundtrack to my life, Stardew Valley. And with that, let's start doing the chores. There's plenty to do. I've got myself a nice cup of tea. And I really need to find my sound system and effects. Let me see what I can do. That ain't it. I found my streaming equipment. Bluetooth headset, my microphone, stabilizers. I should have this ready to go in the future, but it's alright, I'm being a scuff king this morning. That's right, you heard me talk like a millennial. How based. Yeah. Squish the turkey with the liquids. Totally rad, man. It's like far out, dude. Plastic. Stay frosty. Something like that. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, that's amazing. This is day one. My master plan for the year is to stream for over 1,000 hours. That's right. 1,000 hours streaming, and have less than 10 of it watched. It shouldn't be that hard. Last year, I streamed for probably over 280 hours, and less than 17 of it was watched. I imagine if I just keep on like this, things will be fine. But either way, I want to talk a little bit about why I stream. Now this, I think, is important. For me, streaming is for mental health. I'm not trying to set records. I'm not trying to achieve certain outcomes. I don't want to be popular or make money. A year ago, give or take a week, my wife divorced me. Here I am, 40 years old, divorced. There are days I just feel useless. But streaming helps me keep structure. It helps me keep the tempo of my life up. Last year, halfway through the year, I let go of my streaming because I just couldn't keep it up. My heart and body were too damaged. I needed to stop and convalesce. Now I'm all healed up. I'm a lot tougher than I used to be. But after all of this, I decided that one of the things that I truly liked about streaming was how well it kept the structure of my life going. How well it anchored me. So now, I'm going to get all hooked up and we will do some streaming. Specifically because I hope this thing's batteries are dead. It's a random thought. But it has been sitting in the cold storage for a year, so there goes nothing. Oh no. Oh, no. This one's dead as a light bulb. little power. Okay. This one has a little power. Setting up. Going into broadcast mode. I believe we're there. With that, the lapel mic is in place. Tell me if you can hear me. Well, not that I can get any feedback. All right. Now I've got this guy here. Let's see if it switches on. Where's the on button for this thing? I'm figuring out how to use all my equipment again. Okay. Yep. Just a moment. Well, could be working. Doesn't seem to be, though. Are we streaming okay? I'm not getting a result. Woohoo! All right, hang on. See if I can figure out what's going on here. Okay. Good. Where even am I? We'll call this good enough. We'll call this close enough. We're pretty much there. Okay. I'll go back and review the stream later on to see how close we got. But I think we are now in mobile mode. Although we're on the wrong song, aren't we? We're 17 minutes into this thing. Let's see here. 17 minutes, that puts us on song 4. Okay, let's get to work. Here we have Earl Grey tea with peppermint. My life is now peppermint flavored, for reasons that I will explain, maybe never. We'll see. Maybe I'll let you in on the secret someday. For now, let's get moving. Again, for those of you who are just tuning in, which is you zero, this is Kentaro Sato and the Budapest Symphony Orchestra performing the soundtrack to my life, Stardew Valley. Let me get the volume adjusted on this a little bit. Try that, see if we're there. I'm going to have to adjust my levels. I know how I like it set up for regular performances. We'll have to listen back to the stack later on, figure out what the heck I'm doing. That's right. Meowth. Okay, got my notebook, got a pen. I need to get this plugged into the wall, get it charging again, because that ain't working. Come here, sucker. Yeah. All right. Get my backup microphone charging. On with the chores. Let's face it, this place is a dump. It's become a complete wreck, mainly because instead of cleaning up every morning, thanks to my streaming, I've been doing other things. It's so good to your mental health to have someone else there. Just there. That's what's important. So I find it's very therapeutic to stream. It keeps me from feeling isolated. It makes my life a little more important. Whether that's artificial or not doesn't matter. This is something I want to talk about in terms of streamer culture. There's a huge stigmatism right now towards one-sided relationships. People forming undue connections with streamers. I can see how it can be a very unhealthy thing. Sure. I can see how a person can allow their lives to become poisoned, believing they have emotional connections to someone they don't even know they exist. There's a lot of shades of gray to this, though. People can form real friendships with other people online. But in terms of one-way connections, this is the ultimate form. I'm not even looking at chat. I'm just talking into the void, speaking to Zero, who is my most staunch and capable follower. By the way, since it's January 1st, I'll let you in on the secret. The secret hidden. Who is Zero? Zero is the number of viewers on my channel. So, now that it's been clarified who Zero is, I will continue broadcasting most of my conversations and topics and things to him. I don't really think I have anything set up to even receive chat messages from other viewers. If you're here, welcome. This is my channel. Please pop a squat. You're welcome to enjoy my content as much as anyone is. But all of my content is specifically engineered for Zero. That is to say, I'm not broadcasting this for an audience. This is for mental health. So the whole polymerization of streamers forming one-way connections with their users, I can see how it could lead to major losses, emotional disappointments, struggles, and even dangers. But this isn't something that's going to happen to me. Not right now. Because I fully acknowledge that the only person in this with any stakes is me. And that's okay. Other people can stream for big audiences and get upset when they don't hit 200 viewers in a day. Me? I'm just glad to have someone to share my morning with me. I got out of bed at 6 a.m. today without any trouble. Normally I'm dragging myself out the door at 7:30. Barely half conscious. That won't be today. Not today. Look at all the stuff I've got done in 20 minutes. Yep, streaming is going to be healthy for my life. I can feel it. Speaking of healthy for my life, let's get some vitamins down with emergency. Today's flavor is raspberry. I like this one. We are still deep in cold and flu season, so we need that internal armor. I work retail for my main job. And so Anything I can do to keep myself from getting sick is one step closer. All right, let's carry the momentum. We'll put some dishes in. I've decided there will be a special segment to my viewing broadcasts. Home economics. That might sound like the dumbest thing ever, but I assure you, it is the most effective thing a person can learn. Home economics. We'll spend anywhere from 1 hour to several each day doing things to improve the economic function of my household. Anything from calculating out my budget to food processing, a lost art. I want to talk a lot about food processing, actually. And this is a good morning for it. Food processing is a lost art. In the modern world, it's generally not cost effective because it takes too much labor and the results are lackluster, I guess is the best way to put it. You'll get a less than your labor's worth in returns in terms of economic gain, unless you have extremely specialized skills. If you do have super special skills, then you can look forward to having some kind of return. But the average person can do their best to make noodles or frozen foods, and they won't save enough money to make it worthwhile. That is, unless they have fun. If you enjoy yourself, everything is justified. That's the basics. The cost of setting up the streaming, for example, is exorbitant compared to the actual health benefits and mental restoration. But I enjoy it. It acts as a hobby. It fills my time. It gives me someone to speak to. I'm not alone. For a half hour now, I haven't felt alone. So I'll cut this into strips. I'm probably going to upload this to 2 separate playlists on YouTube. The long play playlist of all the morning shows, which will be the 1 hour programs, and the short stack, which will just feature the morning energy segment, which will mostly just be philosophy and things. Eventually, I'll get this all cut up nicely. For right now, we're in the middle of the struggle, so I'm not too worried about it. Scuff is a reality, so we just kind of have to go with it, you know? Our objective is not to be perfect. It is to put down the work, because the work improves upon itself. Action is the foundation of all success. This is philosophy, sorry. We're only supposed to have one major piece of philosophy a day. We'll come back to action is the foundation of all success and the rest of the philosophy over time. I have 3 years of topics to talk to you about. We've already talked about the big one, which is the root of philosophy, the idea that there can be great ideas. Without this one, nothing else exists. If we didn't have it, we'd still be nomads, wandering from place to place, unable to settle anywhere, because each generation would need to adapt to the moments of reality. Now, I'm sure we would still be alive. Humans are like that. We're resilient. It's the reason we made it this far. It's not the strongest or smartest who stays in there. It's the one who is the most adaptable to change. And if that's one thing we're good at, we change well. Humans are very, very adaptable to change. But if we try to imagine life without philosophy, we have to cross a lot of things off. For example, the idea of gathering food animals and taking care of them and protecting them from predators to create food sources. The idea of raising livestock is an idea. That's philosophy. It's practical technology, but it still counts as an important idea that we pass down from generation to generation. We wouldn't have it. Of course, we wouldn't have its younger brother, farming, either. The idea of cultivating specific crops in an area so that you don't have to move on. Ranching was something that was done on the move at first. People would take animals with them. Teammates, like pack dogs. That's also a philosophy. You would think, no, I think we would still have dogs even without philosophy, because dogs have their own rule. Dogs are pack animals. And this is something that perhaps runs deeper than ideas. Almost all the species on the planet understand the idea of teamwork and synergy. Biosynergy, the fact that two groups can benefit to each other without getting in each other's way, has always gone along with survival in our planet. The matchups aren't always equal. Sometimes one side takes everything while the other side just stays alive. But staying alive is important. Don't undersell it. Well, today, Steam stopped working on millions of machines across the world, including mine. So, shall we find out the truth? I will try to log into Steam and see what actually has happened. Going to my computer. Good morning, computer. It is January 1st. I am killing the sound. Let's see. This video game runs on Steam. Let's try to launch it. Now, my computer is not connected to the internet. So it's possible that Steam will have no way to verify that it is not allowed to run. It may still work. This machine's a little old, so it's a little slow. It's trying to run. Steam popped up and went down. Did it a second time. Huh. Steam will stop running on Windows 7 in 0 days. Thank you. And my video game appears to be launching. Yeah, there she goes. So, although it claims to not be running, my video games are still operating. It may have simply lost tech support, so to speak. No more downloads, no more updates for my games. The library is frozen. But yep. There we go. We are running just fine. Okay. Go ahead and exit out of this game. Looks like Steam is okay for now. Kind of. May sneeze. Gesundheit. The audio quality in this is a mess. That's fine. Voila! Magic trick complete. Okay. Go wash some dishes. I think that's enough for this load. Okay, set this up. No problem. Do some laundry. Uh-oh. That's gonna need redoing. Well, we'll deal with that. Yeah. Got plenty to do. A few more odds and ends here and there. Get this mess collected up. So let's go over what we want to do for the coming year. Our ultimate goal is to save up enough money and get enough practical experience to start my own farm. It doesn't have to be much. Human beings can live on 1 acre of land, producing food, taking care of their environment. I would prefer to have 5. 5 leaves room for comfort. 5 provides space for expansion and growth. 5 gives you options. 5 is a lot in the modern world. A half an acre, a quarter acre is realistic, but that barely leaves room for the house. So we've got to play this out as far as we can get it. 5 acres is pretty much the limit. If you get past too much, you end up with more land than a human being can curate. And this is wasteful. It's really a very unfortunate situation where a person seeks to control more than they can. So the land goes out of control, and other people don't get the benefit of having land. It is very important in life that you don't take more than you need. This is one of my core tenements. Just because you can take it doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean that's the best choice of action. There are many things a person can do, but still should probably choose not to do. This type of self-control is important and valuable. Well, the house is slowly looking better than it did. We'll find out whether this is in sync later, I suppose. On mornings when I work at 9 a.m. or later, I will take an hour for meditation. During this meditation hour, I will play Minecraft and say almost nothing as I allow my thoughts to clarify and allow time to pass. But today I work at 8, so there's no time for meditation. We've got to just get to work. There's always time for a few chores, though, every morning. So we'll take care of this and that and the other thing. And this house suddenly looks a lot less awful. Great. That's pretty good. We're getting right along there, aren't we? I have a lot of notes. I am a modder, in addition to like everything else on the planet. I make mods for a video game called Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. And if you know what that is, you probably know what I'm up to. Anyways, I spent the last month chewing the fat on some highly difficult mathematics that even NASA struggled with and finally broke through. So that's good. But now I've got math notes all over my house. And Every time I look at them, I think, oh, I solved that. That's not the right answer. Finally figured out how to turn a quaternion into a different axial system and back again. So I don't have to worry about that now, but I can't find my schedule. Goes figure. Okay. Really should eat some breakfast at some point. I think I'll do that off stream. Let's count the chicken eggs. Let's see. One dozen. Chickens have interesting philosophy too. Everything eats a chicken. A chicken is food for all creatures. Oh, a dead egg. And onto the ground it goes. Chickens are food even before they become chickens. And yet chickens eat everything. They even eat eggs and other chickens. Chickens live and die by the dog-eat-dog philosophy, which really should be phrased as chicken eat chicken. A vicious system of life. This is why chickens are afraid of everything. Because everything is food in their universe. Their lives revolve around food. What they can eat, what they can't. But here's the thing. Chickens like to play. Chickens form social groups. Chickens have personalities. Even in this most violent of dinosaur existences, there springs the elegance of knitted details, where small things introduce changes that accumulate. And the accumulated changes gradually add up to something bigger. A species, the soul of a race. These chickens might not receive any attention, but they work hard every day of their lives, producing. It's noble, you know, and respectable. Let's go out and see those chickens, shall we? We may get a connection problem as we wander away from the Wi-Fi system. We'll see how it goes. The sun isn't up yet, of course. As I mentioned, daybreak isn't for another hour. It's cool out. It's basically a refrigerator outside. Okay. The eggs recently have been messy, but we just redid the chickens' furnishings. So hopefully that'll help take the mess out, at least a little bit. Make the chicken's life a little more comfortable. That's all we can ask for a chicken. Whew, you guys. So productive. And 3 eggs short of finishing the last dozen. I see. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dozen, nearly 7 dozen eggs. On top of what we already had stored. Which after consolidation, 1, 2, get this out of here. 3, 4, 5. 8 dozen eggs. Whew. 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 102 is our current egg count. Wow. We have 102 eggs. Maybe we should do some food processing that involves eggs. Egg count 102. Today I'm grateful for peace, freedom, and chickens. Today's greatest accomplishment, I got started. Now, what can I do to make tomorrow better? Let me see. Tomorrow. We can plan a little better, for one. How about I set up some audio files? And while we're at it, let's take some time and plan out the schedule for tomorrow. Our show's been running now for about 50 minutes. I want to thank you all for tuning in. We're getting ready to wrap things up here. It's been a pleasure to stream for you all again, and I look forward to this evening when we'll actually play video games. Maybe. But for now, let's take a little bit of time and get situated. It's good to stream again. So here's to the mission, and here's to January 1st. We're back on the air for however many days it takes. We have goals in mind and a 3-year plan, and I have some great things to show you. You just wait and see. But it all starts with a scrabbling morning at 6 a.m., barely crawling out of bed, and getting on the air. Thanks for being with me, Zero, and for anyone else who happens to be listening along this time. My name is Tolinar. And I'm glad to be here. Need to get too mushy. The heavens have declared me a waste. But if I am to be a waste, I will be such a waste. You wait and see. All right. Let's go ahead and start the Dark Assembly. The Dark Assembly will take on more meaning later. But right now, all you need to know is that it is starting in 1 minute, so you should get in your seats. Dark Assembly begins in 30 seconds. Please sit down. I hereby declare the January 1st session of the Dark Assembly open. So, the only thing on the docket today is to work out the streaming schedule for this evening. Let's see. First off, I am going to be out there doing my usual work up until 4:30, absolutely. And it'll be about 5 when I get home. I'll need to eat and unwind. That puts the start of my screaming block at 6 p.m. First thing we should do when we get on the air is meditate. So, we're going to start with Minecraft meditation for 1 hour. Then at 7 p.m., we will transition to home economics. our special segment for roughly 1 hour. At 9 p.m. comes the workout. The first one of the year. I'm looking forward to playing Ring Fitness, although I'll have to restart my save. 10 p.m. off air. This is the shutdown procedure. I'm always off air by 10 p.m. So I have plenty of time to get ready for tomorrow. I have things to do. That just leaves the 8 p.m. block. There's a lot of things that I want to do. We're gonna have to choose between them. Let's see. Let's make a short list. What sorts of games could I play? Well, I could do more Minecraft, but I don't think so. I could play something sexy like Peach Beach Splash. That would be neat. Or, I've recently been playing Blacksmith of the Sand Kingdom. I could start that up. I definitely need to start my playthrough of Trillion. It's pretty cool. I could do music games. I've got to start my save for Future Tone. Get some rockin'. I don't feel like playing a detective game. And I think Peach Beach Splash is also out. Trillion is important, but I want to play that on a day when I've got more time to devote to it. There are other possibilities I could play too. Ultimately, it boils down to whether or not I feel like playing a music game on my very first day back. I don't really care about setting standards or providing specific types of entertainment so much as being patient and getting everything done right. So, Block 1 will be Blacksmith of the Sand Kingdom. That completes the schedule. 6 p.m. meditation, 7 p.m. home economics, 8 p.m. Blacksmith of the Sand Kingdom, 9 p.m. the workout, and then we're off air at 10. The schedule has been made, and the Dark Assembly is hereby adjourned. Thank you all for watching the stream. I hope you have a lovely evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Eventually, I'll get like a graphic here that shows my schedule and stuff. But yeah, for now, we're just gonna oh, gravy. This is that's it. That's the show. Go home. What are you still doing here? 6 p.m. Minecraft meditation. 7 p.m. home economics. 8 p.m. Blacksmith of the Sand Kingdom. 9 p.m. Ring Fit. Maybe 30 minutes. Off air by 10.